Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're looking at Descent Legends of the Dark. We've got more information. It is May, and we got an unboxing and lots to talk about, especially some stuff about the app too. Ooh, lots to see, and Lipstickpaddy is right here to tell you all about today's live stream that came out on the 5th of May. Alright peeps, welcome! It's so exciting today. We got so much more Descent news. Looking great. And first up, we got to see a new box that we've not seen before. And yeah, it's an amazing playmat. Look at this beast. It's a 3x3, which is like a meter square, if I remember. Looking super cool. So this is probably going to be pre-order only before the thing comes out. So you'll have to get on this to add it to your order, as it's pretty much going to be impossible to get these after the game is out. So this is going to be like, I don't know, early bird pre-order, if you know what Fancy Flights are like. Anyhow, the box came out, and it's an odd box, actually. It's square. It is square, and they actually said, oh, this box is lighter than you would imagine. Okay, now they've designed this box to have a lot of space in it, and the box that can kind of hold everything that you're getting here because of the 3D terrain. Anyway, you open the box up. When he opens the box up, it then becomes like the box of, say, Final Fantasy base box. So the bottom of the square box is just a storage box, and it's got some proper meaty walls on it. I don't know why it's like that. But anyway, apparently the terrain, which we'll see later, you're going to be putting these together and they can be stored in this box, and then you can put the most of the boxes on top of this. I guess that's why it's kind of thick, so it can hold the weight of the top. Anyhow, up close though, it does serve that nice function then, because when you do see the stuff later that they put together, it does look like you want to, when you put it together, you don't want to deconstruct it every time you pull it out. Anyhow, so they opened the box, the rule book. There was a lore guide book, a guide to construct the terrain. Then the minis came out. They were in vacuum trays, which was fantastic, so you won't be bagging up your minis. And they store really well. You got like the enemies on the top. There was one enemy you can just see here that you have to construct, and I'm not sure. I think they said you're going to have to deconstruct this guy if you want to store him, or you just throw him in with the terrain. I don't know how that's going to work. But underneath them you got the heroes, which you can see are like a grey mini, and they would stack then underneath the other one. So all fairly cool. Then they brought out very quickly the bases to the tile sets, and they were all like really big. We couldn't see if some of these are like smaller ones like they've done with Fancy Flight, and in this big wedge of them is also the 3D terrain that you're constructing from them. So I honestly don't know about tiles. They said there was maybe 13, 14 of them in here, so we don't really know. That we're going to have to wait for the next video, which is to be confirmed when that is, when they go do more gameplay. But we did see more stuff. In the box though, we can see dice, we can see sleeves for the weapon, and we can also see items, which we're going to look at too. The minis themselves though, the heroes, they look absolutely phenomenal for retail game. Really good detail. There's going to be an article on the FF website a week from this video, so looking the second week of May, we expect that on the FF website. I'll be keeping you updated on the channel though. And what's interesting about the minis, they all come in different sizes. The second mini here was great because of like the empty space inside the mini. They've done a really good job with the minis. Really good dynamic poses on some of them, and look really nice to be painting. Goes with the art as well. And you'll notice the hole at the bottom on these bases. That's so you can kind of track them. track which enemy is what on the app. That's kind of general stuff if you've played Mansions before. We've got our first hero, which is the tank. And what's interesting about the hero is that you're all going to have a story. You're all going to be in the story like with a voice. And they showed a little bit of the app out, which we'll kind of show you later. But it looks as if you've got to role play what your character's saying. Everyone's going to read that out. I don't know if they've said voice acting's coming. They certainly didn't say anything like that. And it is like usually voice acting is added at the end of production. And with it coming out in August, we might not see that until, I don't know, late July or something when they put it in on the app. But as it is at the minute, it was kind of good fun listening to the team do their role playing. I'll talk about that as we go further on. But yeah, the minis are looking really, really nice. Remember, this is retail we're talking here, and they're looking sweet. The mage guy, who has like this fire phoenix, his mini looks really nice. And there's like an archer that they didn't really show off very well. And yeah, and then we get to like the big boss. He's the guy you've got to construct. And the scale with them all is really, really nice. When it comes to the big boss, though, the detail on the wings isn't that fantastic. If you look at the detail per, I don't know, inch squared on the main character's body, it's really cool. But on the, I just know, it feels a little, I don't know, lacking. I know they designed them with painters in mind, so I don't know, it might just be like flesh that's, I don't know, squeezed between the bones in the wings or whatever. But anyway, I'm fairly happy with what I saw here. We get to the characters now, and each character will have a different die for the attack or the defense roll. However, each hero will have different things with those dice. So if two heroes have got like the blue die for attack, it will do different things for those heroes. So that's kind of important that each one, it feels like different. And you'll start off with one of them, and you'll end up, when you're upgrading your character, you'll get more dice to roll. So you could end up rolling 4 dice, for example, later on. So the Dragon Hybrid Outcast, we had then the tank, Bryn. She's looking sweet. She has an attack and a dice of the black, so she's on the D6. And we got the Rogue character, Chance. He's all to do with the blue die. And we got then Cirrus here, who's like specialising with the orange die. They've got like a nice simple thing here with might, agility, insight and will, and it doesn't look too bad with, they're only getting like you can see Cirrus here, +2 on insight, but you might potentially be able to increase other abilities on them, because it's kind of, I don't know how much you're putting points into your character or anything like that in the app or stuff like that, but other thing to mention is each character has an armor requirement, so some can wear heavies, like Chansey can wear light or medium, and Cirrus light, so there is all that stuff. The dice did come out though, and you're getting 4 of each colour in the box, so yeah, they said that they're being, you know, you got all your dice here, so I bet you'll probably get dice back anyway. With FFG. I don't know though, but if they said you're rolling 4 as a maximum for your attack, another character could be using that same colour of dice for their defense, so you might be passing the dice across once you've leveled up later. Anyway, we got to look at the cards. The cards are a little bit wacky, but you can see on this first card, Rogue Sweat, that it's specific to characters here. So Chancellor Kahili can drink this, and so that's fairly cool. We also got some Mage Dust, which was specific to Cirrus or Verex, or you could say Mage spellcasting stuff. Warrior's Breath linked with Bryn or Galadin. We didn't get to see all the heroes today, though. There is also different potions. We've got the Vigor potion that everybody can use, and there's these unique potions. And when they talked about the unique potion, they said you cannot craft this potion. So there is going to be crafting in the game. And when they got to weapons then, which we saw a plate of the Bloodstone, you can actually craft armor as well, so, and weapons. So going to be like lots of crafting, unless it's unique. Unique is basically it drops from a quest, is my understanding of it. So yeah, fairly cool. Now, we got to look at trinkets, and the trinket is something unique with the app that you can't have in a game that doesn't have an app. So this Lucky Charm Fortune, it says you are uniquely lucky. Now, you don't know what that is, but the app does know what that is. So it'll be that the app will be logging what you're doing, and something might happen to you where it's coming from that trinket. You don't know what that'll be or when it will happen. We also got to see a Wanderer's Stone, which seems to say, when time passes, each hero may choose the displayed alternative benefit here, which is a Animos damage type. So when time passes, you don't know how long that's going to be, but the app again is tracking this and might then say the Wanderer's Stone is fully charged, you know, so that trinket then becomes a usable, and then you can modify your weapon. So yeah, cool stuff going on. Now, they loaded the app up, and it's nice that you've got the load campaign, so you can obviously save your progress, and it's like beta 0.4.6.1. And they went into the campaign. You've got to start your party name. So this is kind of where the roleplay goes. Everyone can create a party name. And they kind of said, hang on, we've not looked at the terrain yet, have we? So they give people in the chat time to create a name for the party. And we got a look at we got a great look of what the terrain looks like. Obviously it's 3D card, but it's super detailed, super cool. I really like it, and the fact that they've got the storage thing is very exciting too, because you do not want to, when you put these together, you don't want to be messing around undoing them all. But yeah, they're looking really great, and I think it's a fantastic side substitute for 3D terrain here, because they look far more intricate than what we've seen before, and they're fully artistically realized. So I'm very happy with the 3D terrain. Now, they got to the app, and the app turned into like a little keyboard, so you could write your name in. The chat chose Descent into Madness, which is, they were like, oh, Mansions of Madness, and it's like, where's our next Mansions of Madness expansion? Was what it was. It was trolling you guys, but they missed the troll. Yeah, we want to see something else. And after that, then you could choose the quest difficulty. It kind of told you here what the difficulty would be. When you go to standard, though, you're getting standard enemy tactics, and it doesn't look like the enemy tactics change in the upper ones. So they basically said that if you start playing and you think it's too easy, you can bump the difficulty up to set it to your playgroup standard or lower it. They also mentioned that you can drop in and out, so you can be on like a different quest and you can bring somebody in on that quest, and they've never played it before, so you could drop the difficulty down to journey with just to, you know, bring them into the game and all that good stuff. Now, when it went in, there was like a little bit of a story of how the heroes are coming together. Each character had something to say. There was some multiple choices that you got to play with so the characters were kind of having a bit of fun with each other. Then you were selecting which heroes are going on this quest, and it was a bit of a surprise because when it got to this bit, it said a quest requires 2 to 4 heroes, and players may choose a different arrangement of heroes for each quest. The surprise here is they haven't got all the heroes in the app yet, and if you're soloing, you're going to have to roll 2 heroes. So that's cool. And all these heroes will have their own story. Remember that. The conversation was kind of giving you hints of their story at the very beginning of it. And then they came to almost the end of the stream when they said, this is in the app now, where it's going to introduce the first quest. And it's the tutorial. Now, they said that there's going to be a gameplay live stream in the future, they said. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks at the fastest, I'm saying, because if they're going to release more information on the website about the heroes, and we'll get the gameplay after that. I know there's a lot of people waiting for gameplay of it to see how the app and the board is working, but it's all looking very, very exciting. I really can't wait to see the gameplay. I'll obviously come back to keep you updated on my thoughts of it, but I'm super pumped for this. Obviously, you've got to get that playmat pre-ordered as well, if that floats your boat. And yeah, get this game on the pre-order when you're happy for it. So in the case of retail. And I think the only thing you're going to be missing if you're going to wait for people's reviews of this is you're not going to be able to get that playmat, are you? I mean, that's the benefit of retail, is you can wait for a review. But we love the app-assisted games, and I can't wait to see what the app does. And I'm curious, are they not doing voices? I'm sure I'll have that answer when I come back with the gameplay video, because I'm going to be hitting the forums about this, because it was a bit of a surprise that they even bring it up. Because otherwise you're going to be role-playing Descent with your friends, aren't you? Or solo, you're going to be role-playing yourself. Anyhow, with all that looking great, Descent, I can't wait to see more. And I will be back on this channel covering Descent, but otherwise I'll be back to my Kickstarter goodness and all that jazz. So thank you so much for watching. Please give it a like. Tell me in the comments what you think of Descent so far on this drip-free. Did you like the live stream? And are you getting more excited on this gravy train, or are you still waiting for the gameplay? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear about them. I'll try to reply and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching. You've been listening to me, the host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.